A diplomatic shockwave has just hit Europe. Not with missiles or naval clash, but a declaration this time. And sometimes word can escalate faster than the weapons, right? You're watching Times XP, it's me, Dhriti Atvi, and Iran has taken a drastic step. After the European Union moved to blacklist the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps under its counter-terrorism framework, Tehran responded with a decision of its own, a retaliatory one. Iran announced that it now considers the naval and air forces of European Union member states as terrorist entities under its domestic law. Yes, entire branches of military forces. Now, that is not symbolic language. That is a serious diplomatic escalation. Now, let's pause here. You know what triggered this? The European Union's designation of the IRGC. That move placed the Iranian military body under sanctions, assets freezed, financial restrictions, travel ban across the European Union territory for Tehran. Assets freezes, financial restriction, travel ban, and that too across European Union territory. Now, for Tehran, that was crossing a red line. Iran says that the European Union decision was unlawful. It calls it politically motivated and it has now invoked its own reciprocal legislation, similar to what it used after the United States labeled the IRGC a terrorist organization years ago. Basically, it's a tit for tat diplomacy. Sanction for sanction, label for label, but here is why this matters. The IRGC is not just any organization, it plays a central role in Iran's military, their regional operation, their internal security structure. Now, blacklisting it is not just a small move, it touches the core of Iran's power system. Now, imagine the ripple effect here. European military personnel operating in the Middle East, naval ships patrolling international waters, air forces flying missions under NATO frameworks. Suddenly, from Tehran's perspective, these are no longer just neutral actors. They are official, designated adversaries. This is not yet a shooting conflict though, but it is a diplomatic battlefield. And it now is at a tense moment. Nuclear negotiations are fragile. Regional conflicts are ongoing and tensions with Washington, specifically amid the political backdrop involving Donald Trump, it remains high. Now, when diplomacy narrows, rhetoric sharpens. And when rhetoric sharpens, miscalculation becomes more likely. And that is a risk now. Across Europe, well, the response is cautious but really firm. The European Union stands by its decision. It says that the IRGC's action justified the designation here. Tehran says Europe has overstepped. Well, neither side appears ready to back down. But you know what we are seeing here? A widening rift between Iran and NATO-aligned powers. Sanctions deepening, trust eroding, communication strained. This is not a battlefield strike, but it is a diplomatic strike. A label with consequences because once you brand a military force as a terrorist entity, you are not just criticizing their policy, and redefining relationships in geopolitics can reshape alliances, operations, and negotiations. The question now is critical. Will this remain a diplomatic standoff? Or will rising tensions spill into something more dangerous? Because for now, no missiles are flying, but diplomatic temperature have clearly risen. And in today's volatile environment, escalation does not always begin with explosions. Sometimes it begins with the declaration.